Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime with the Met. My name is Kamaria. You all can call me Miss K if you like. So looking forward to reading you all a story today. Hope you join us every Thursday at noon where we read a story, we do a song or activity together, and we talk about art that we have at the Met that relates to the stories we read. So if you're ready, we're going to get started. We always begin with our Storytime song. If you've sung it before, please sing along. It goes to the tune of This Old Man. Gonna sing 3, 2. Welcome friends, get ready, get set for story time with the Met, where we love to read and sing and look at works of art and picture books. We use our eyes to look and see. We'll use our ears to hear stories. Now we'll take a seat and give a shh. Let's begin now with our book. Thank you so much, everybody. Our book today is Hot Hippo. It's written by Mwenye Hadithi and illustrated by Adrienne Kennaway. And it's the story of how hippos came to live in the river instead of on dry land. And it all starts with one very hot hippo. All right. Hippo was hot. He sat on the riverbank and gazed at the little fishes swimming in the water. If only I could live in the water, he thought. How wonderful life would be. That's him imagining what it would be like if he were swimming in the water. So he walked, and he ran, and he strolled, and he hopped, and he lumbered along until he came to the mountain where Nagai lived. Who do you think Nagai is? Why would Hippo be going to see them? Nagai was the god of everything and everywhere. That's where they live. Much bigger than Hippo. Nagai told the animals to live on the land and the fishes to live in the sea. What are some of the land animals you recognize? Yeah? What about the sea animals? What about the fishes? You see any ones you know? Nagai told the birds to fly in the air and the ants to live under the ground. Nagai had told Hippo he was to live on the land and eat grass. Please, O great Nagai, God of everything and everywhere, I would so much like to live in the rivers and streams, begged Hippo hopefully. I would still eat grass. Aha! Thundered the voice of Nagai. So you say. But one day you might, just might, eat a fish to see if it tasted good. And then you would eat all my little fishes. Oh, no, I promise I wouldn't, said Hippo. Aha! Thundered the voice of Nagai. So you say. But how can I be sure of that? I love my little fishes. I will show you, promised Hippo. I will let you look in my mouth whenever you like to see that I am not eating your little fishes. And I will stir up the water with my tail so that you can see I have not hidden the bones. Aha! Thundered the voice of Nagai. Then you may live in the water. But, Hippo waited, but you must come out of the water at night and eat grass so that even in the dark I can tell you are not eating my little fishes. Agreed? Agreed, sang Hippo happily. He ran all the way home until he got to the river where he jumped in the mighty splash. Whew. How big of a splash do you think a hippo makes? Bet it was pretty big. And he sank like a stone because he couldn't swim. But he could hold his breath and run along the bottom, which he does to this very day. And he stirs up the bottom by wagging his tail so that Nagai can see he has not hidden any fish bones. And now and then he floats to the top and opens his huge mouth ever so wide and says, look, Nagai, no fishes. The end. Thank you all so much for listening to my story. You're such great listeners, and that's one of my very favorite books. And as you may know, we have a pretty famous hippo in the Met collection by the name of William. And William's an ancient Egyptian hippo. It's blue, very beautiful, not very big, not real hippo-sized, but like a little statue, and has flowers painted on his back that symbolize like renewal and things growing and coming back. Now, William is not his ancient Egyptian name. That was a name given to him in 1931. William's been with the Met over 100 years, but was made almost 4,000 years ago. So we've only had William a teeny little bit of time compared to how long he's been around, which is pretty cool. And ancient Egyptians would make statues of hippos because they really respected them. They were powerful animals, but they were also afraid of hippos because even though hippos eat plants, they can still be very dangerous, and you never want to make a hippo mad, especially a hot one. All right, so our activity for today is going to be if you're hot. Might not be hot where you are right now, but it's always good to be prepared. So we're going to make a fan for you or for your hot hippo. And so for this, you're going to need a couple things because I'm going to show you how to make 3 different types of fans. So you're going to need a rectangular piece of paper. You're going to need a ruler and a pencil. And you're going to need something to glue or tape to hold parts of your fans together. So glue stick or tape. Excuse me. And if you want to make a certain kind, our last fan I'm going to show you, you'll need string and either straw or popsicle stick, something long that you can tape to the side of the fan. You'll see why. So to make our first fan, like this one, I colored it purple and orange and gold in honor of Hot Hippo. So you're going to take that rectangular piece of paper, and you see the zigzaggy part? I made that by making little 1/2-inch marks using the ruler and the pencil. And once you have the little 1/2-inch marks, you start folding down like that. And the easiest way to do it, you want to make that little accordion shape, fold it down, and then turn it around, and then fold it down again, and then turn it around, and then fold it down again. You see what I'm doing? So you want that accordion, like those bends right there to make your fan. And from here, there's 2 things you can do. So you've already made all your accordion bends. Now you have something that looks a little like this. You make 2 of them, and you can glue them together along this side right here. Stick them together, and then fan them out, and you get one of these. And what I did was I took this string, poked it through the bottom, and tied it so that it would keep that fan shape. Another type of fan you can make, you'll take one of these, you only need one, fold it down and bend it in half, and then tape the bottom so you can make a tiny little fan. And I'll show you what that looks like once it's taped, like this. I used a piece of origami paper, I added little stars and a string on the bottom, very cute little fan. And the third one is probably going to be the trickiest because you're going to want to make another one of these, close it, fold it, make a second one, close it, fold it, and then tape them or glue them together right there. And then you're going to take a popsicle stick and glue it along the other side. So it will get something like this. So this is 2 pieces that have been glued in the middle there, and I used pieces of straw to make little long handles. And why did I do that? So I can make a lollipop fan. It's the 3rd kind of fan you can make. All right, I hope you all enjoyed the story and our activity and learning a little bit about William today, and hope to see you back next week for another story time. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time.